Hey guys, my name is Benjamin Eunice, and welcome to a chill photo editing session. Also, my camera looks really good today. I don't know why, it just does. I spent the last long time trying to find some royalty-free music to listen to in the background. I can't find any. Just kind of annoying. So if I might find some literally midway through the stream because I am just in that kind of mood right now. And yeah, so I'm gonna edit some photographs today. I'm gonna pull my radio out. This is something I cannot talk to a microphone with both of my headphone ear cups on because I sound muffled to myself and I hate it. Okay, so let me get out of this like live stream craziness. I just made that thumbnail. Let's go and make some photographs happen. So I was thumbing through some stuff, and I was actually going to use do edit some photographs from a recent Washington trip, but I'm gonna go ahead and not do that. Oh wow, I'm on 6 p.m. right on the dot. I meant to do that totally. So we're gonna edit these, but I saw some old photographs that I also want to edit as well. So we'll edit a bunch of really cool stuff, and yeah, I haven't gotten to edit photographs for a long time. I never do it and get around to doing it. But I love photography, so why not? So I got a lot of stuff in that folder. So I'm gonna actually, is there a video in here? Because sometimes there's video in here, sometimes there's not. Because if it's 1080p and depending on the codec I use, okay, there's only photographs. Cool. So it's like 16 gigs of stuff. I don't know if I have enough space on here. So if I'm doing a little bit of thumbing around my file folders, I'm going to just do that as well. Because, like I mentioned, it's that kind of live stream. Okay, Washington summer trip. Raw. I need 11 gigs. So I'm going to go to Windorstat. This is an amazing program. And it literally lets you scan a hard drive. And then it gives you a visual map of like what's the biggest files in the biggest folders, and you just look at them and you say, oh, what is this stupid thing doing on my computer? I don't need this. And you delete it. And it's the coolest thing. And it indexes the drive, meaning it searches through all the files and finds all the files in the drive really quickly. And so you can get everything taken care of pretty effectively. So it's a very nice system. I'm going to get rid of the Abundant Life Church stuff. I don't work with them anymore. There's some stuff from another church I did some stuff with. I can archive that too, but I don't even know if I have enough space in my other drives. By the way, so this is all my hard drives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 partitions, or 6 partitions. That's my SD card. But my local drive has 27 gigs available. My terabyte primary, this is where most of my stuff goes. I got 11 gigs. I have a hard drive I'd put games on. It was a partition. No. That's actually a full hard drive. This is a partition. It was a backup partition I could not combine back together with the other partition of the hard drive, which would be, I believe, either this D drive or this. But I think it was this one because this one's almost 120 gigs and I have a 120 gig drive in here. So I'm going to have to get rid of a bunch of stuff because I've only got 11 gigs available on here. And I always have to do that. So I'm going to just kind of try to delete some stuff. VST is huge. Immaculate Conception Church is huge too. All of this stuff. This is like, I did a full branding thing with them or for them and none of it was used. Well, I say none of it was used. None of it was used past the stuff I did. So I did my own brand and then they kind of had their own thing going on. Let's see. So, and it was not an amazing brand. Let's see if I can find. What was this? Did I do a camera dump here? We're finding all sorts of stuff. This is interesting. Not clip in if it's stream. Yeah, there's stuff in here. Shoot. Oh, I remember this. Okay. I remember this. Should I say it? Should I talk about that story on stream? Ugh. I don't want to talk about that story on stream. I'm not going to talk about the story on stream. Hey, look, it's me. I'm live. I just needed to make sure I was live. Okay, so while we're indexing this drive, and waiting for some people to come on. When people come on, I'll switch to what I'm doing. That's what I'll do. So as of now, I'm basically talking to no one, or whoever watches the video after it archives. So yeah, I think I tried starting a music society, Denham Springs Music Society. That's 89 kilobytes. My Steam library's huge. The VST folder is huge. That doesn't surprise me. Photography's huge. Productions is only 36 gigs. What's in that folder? Productions. Once it's done, it'll show me like a full list of everything. It might take a while. So I'm going to just start getting rid of stuff. This thing's huge. Yeah. I did a documentary for my mom's side of the family. I was contracted to do it, and it was an absolute pain to deal with. It was a very, very difficult project. Oh, no, don't permanently delete it. Oh, that would have been bad. Control X, and then we'll throw that. What has 50 gigs? Not 50 gigs. How big is this folder? So you right-click, you hit Properties, 6 gigs. Where do I have 6 gigs available? I want it to be here. No, sorry. 4 of 1.8. I got 20 gigs, I think, on here. So you go to, this is another mess. I have a bunch of dumps on here. This is an old archive that I have in here, but it would be under media archive because this is how I want it to be, right? We'll just call it clients because they did technically pay me. I need another 4 gigs. Never mind. 6.27 gigs. But that's 20 gigs, right? Am I being stupid? Please someone tell me I'm being stupid. 1.4 of 1.8. Oh, 1.4 gigs free of, wow, that's why that's exactly why that didn't work. Let's just see, this one's the most open one, right? But this drive is locked up. So if I paste anything in here, it's very difficult to access. So I need to really clear that one. I need to fix that one. So we'll paste it in here for now because it does have the space. Because I don't really use the games on this drive very much, which is telling. It's telling. I don't know why it didn't copy. X paste. Using multiple windows can be very useful when you're doing file work, and I don't really use them enough. Okay. I'm doing all this heavy, intensive labor. I thought I promised you like a photo editing session, and I'm giving you file management, which it's a part of photo editing. I would argue. I mean, it's a part of media production in general. It's just it's a limitation, and it's also I need to delete a lot of stuff. Because what I have a problem of keeping every frame of footage I shoot since I started filmmaking about 12 years ago. I don't know why. So if we go into this iDrive that locked up, let's go back. This iDrive. And we go to 2014. This is stuff I shot in 2014. I remember this is on my old GoPro. It was like the cheapest one on the line, so it looks terrible. But I filmed inside of an Asian market. And I was so young. And that's what I was doing back then. And it never really created a content from that. I mean, I didn't film it very well either. But that was the outside of the store. Oh, wait. How long was I outside the store for? Yeah. So that was old. Like, that's very old. Let me see. What was I doing then? And that was an old trip to North Carolina. was an AVI file. That was my really old stuff. So I had some pretty old stuff. This is from when I was a kid, like a little kid. I've got extremely old stuff archived here. I've got stuff all the way back to, I mean, technically 1899, which is a family. This is some old family photographs. So I've got archives. I've got archives on archives. It's kind of funny. So, and I've got all these like unsure of the dates and stuff. I think it's interesting. I don't do this much, but it looks like it actually for some reason is working. I zipped this 2017 folder, but I don't think that 2017 zip is going to do anything. Because if a file is already compressed, which MP4s are compressed, and photographs are usually under some kind of compression, then when you compress down, usually that doesn't do anything. Now, I think if you're using RAWs, it does work. So I'd have to be careful of that. So let's see if we have the space. I should have about 1620 gigs available. Okay, this might be enough. This might just be enough to get us into the 2 gigs. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. What about this? Clear Picture Studios. Oh, this was an old project. So these two can go. How big is this? 300 megs, that's not huge. X, and then we'll throw this. We could probably throw this in Media Archive. No, because it only has a gig left. Flip me, that's bad. Okay. Media Archive 2, I'll put really old stuff in there. Anyways. So let's go to backup. Temporarily, we'll place this in here. It's only 1 gig. Great. This is probably big. Yes, it is. So we will throw you into this. Is this the space? I thought it didn't have the space. I was expecting it to fail. Good. That gives me enough space. Cool. I need a better archiving system. If anyone has one that's better and you're watching, can you link me something to help me be better? I mean, obviously, the best thing to do here is get a NAS and then archive by archival date, right? So, okay, I throw it on the NAS because this is what I want to do. This is what I'd love to do with mine archives. If I don't need to use a project anymore, I throw it, I literally copy it, paste it onto the NAS, meaning like, it's a hard drive, and I literally drag it over the icon, the hard drive icon. And then the hard drive automatically organizes it by date. And that would be so nice. Now, by date and maybe also by purpose. So I'd have to somehow tell the NAS, okay, this is a project for my Benjamin Eunice YouTube channel, or this is a project for Triple Espresso Media, or a project for someone I'm working with. I'd have to figure out how to make that differentiation. So that, and then just by date. Then I can go back in the timeline and say, oh, I need to pull this footage from here. I can pull that footage. I've never pulled footage before, which is why maybe I need to do like a little documentary just saying, oh, this is what I was like when I was 12. And this is how I filmed when I was 13, 14, 15, because I'd like to actually kind of document my growth as a filmmaker. And that would be interesting because I have all that footage, a lot of it. I don't have all of it. Some of it, I don't know where it is, and it's kind of depressing because I had some really cool stuff I did. I made a short film, it wasn't even short, with my friend Duncan Felix. Oh my gosh, it was so badly done. There were scenes where my head was cut off that were supposed to be over the shoulder shots. And I didn't know anything about shot listing or making any like stuff, but it was so cute and adorable, and I want to see it again. Ugh. If I can find that raw footage and like re-edit the film, oh, that'd be funny. Okay, so I should have the space now. All right, let's go to USB drive. Actually, let's go into photography, and then USB drive. And then both of these guys. I'm going to just copy the 126, 127 Panda folders because I don't feel like trying to combo those things. 20 gigs. That's a lot. 17 minutes. All right. Let's edit some snow photographs. So go to Video Archive. No. No. Okay. I thought it was going to make me, oh, what is, I thought it was going to like scan for everything in all the subfolders because sometimes it does that. Those are old. A lot of these are old. What was this video? Oh, that was Dawson. Oh, that was me. Huh. Let's see. Dawson being one of the members of Triple Espresso and a very close friend of mine. Where is photography? Okay, here we go. We need to put some music on. That'd be very helpful. And then we're going to do Ice Storm. I don't know why I never edited these. They're so cool. Okay, so this was an ice storm. So for context, for those of you who don't know, I live in Louisiana, southeast Louisiana, outside, Baton Rouge area. And so we never ice, snow, just not much of a thing down here. Except when it does, in which case, because we have so much moisture around here, you get the awesomest stuff. And if anyone, by the way, that is a photograph from our new series, There's Something Under Baton Rouge, which you need to finish because they're really easy to make. You literally go around and you shoot these still videos for 30 seconds straight, and then you edit them together, put scary music under it, and voila, someone narrates the thing. It's very easy, and it was a really cool experiment. It's kind of like those like scary story readings. I love that stuff. Creepypastas on all that stuff. It's such a weirdly involved form of storytelling, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, is Winterstat done? No. I forgot how it's always the programs folder. But the programs folder, here's the problem with the programs folder on this computer. I have had to reinstall Windows on this computer 3 or 4 times. And that D drive keeps all the programs from my old Windows installations. And so what I should be doing is I should be clearing out my programs folder because there's almost never any carryover data that makes any sense. Obviously, my videos are always saved. My graphic design's always saved, which is useful, by the way. If you want your stuff to be saved and say your operating system gets corrupted, if you have a second hard drive, okay, where you keep all your stuff, that is so much easier to deal with if your computer crashes, because then, and by the way, you can set up, you want, say you want to go here and you want your documents folder to not be on your C drive being the drive where your operating system is, and you want it to be on a different hard drive, you can set that up. In fact, I've got Video Archive, Binja, and then look at that. They're all on not the system drive. Although for some reason there's 2 of them. I'd have to fix that. But I do keep a lot of stuff in these folders. I don't know why. And heck, oh look, all my downloads stay in here. In fact, here's a really easy way that you can save a bunch of space. Delete your downloads folder. And then this is a second downloads folder. Delete another downloads folder. Boom. Clear in space. What is in the documents folder? Bassoon repertoire. BeamNG. BeamNG. Ugh, I love BeamNG. If you don't love BeamNG, there's something wrong with you. Operating systems. This took up so much space. I had ISO files in there for old OSs. Why is this not loading? Let's let me stop talking about file folders and start talking about photography. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. No. I'm going to check all, and we're going to import it. Oh, because I hit done, which is really stupid. Okay. So, anyways, yeah, ice thing happens. There's ice everywhere. And it's one of the coolest things to experience because of all that moisture. And there were some pretty bad photographs in here because I didn't really know how to go about shooting this, but there's some pretty cool stuff. And okay, so let's kind of start. And let's get our shots. So I'm gonna start some music up because I'm sorry, I cannot work without music. So by the way, my hair looks really bougie right now. Like it's got the thing going on. So let me see. Yeah, it's got the bougie thing going on. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Because that's a little bit less. That's a little better. I need to figure out how to get my hair to stand up a little bit fuller. I can kind of fake it with my headphones. It's not great hair at all. It's not bad hair. I actually really like my hair. I used to hate the fact I have curly hair. So, let's see. Live stream. Let's just do lo-fi. Lo-fi is always a good... I don't know if those are... Just chill hop. By the way, I have my audio muted. Yeah. So I can test this and not get copyright stricken. Is it... use our music. Because I know Chill Hop's got stuff. Reading music, your online content. Soulful music, produce real artists, read down these use show music creators. Da, 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 da. I thought I was already connected to this. Well, I'm doing this on stream. On stream. Eunice. This is the most boring thing. Can you, oh, I gotta go to my email. Flip, I gotta go to my email. Alright, fine. Here, let's... I look huge. I switched to my face cam on my preview. Hi. Okay, cool. So let me sit back a little bit because it looks a little less unsettling. Because what the problem is that it's a crop sensor, and so it's kind of annoying. So yeah, how you guys doing? Y'all doing good? Chill Hop Records. Verify your account. Verify account. I thought they were like a paid service. I was convinced that they were. They probably have paid stuff. YouTube channel. Can I link my channel now? Link YouTube channel. Can I link multiple YouTube channels? I can. Oh, I love it. 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 Okay, cool. So I've linked my YouTube channel. And... if you download the music from a creator's dashboard, using Q, but I don't know how to. But I need to like. I just want stuff to play. Can I just like? I'll have to create a live stream playlist. Here, let me switch you away from my face cam. Bye-bye, face cam. Bye. I so wish that I can sit a little close to the thing now. Because here's the thing. I wish that we could have an easier way to manage. Okay, I'm fine. I want to make sure I'm framed up correctly. I'm a film guy. Oh wait, I literally switched away from that so no one could see my. Well, this is actually not my main inbox. Okay, so it says here, crediting video, link your YouTube channel. Did that. If you downloaded music, you'll be presented with a short link to the download dialog. So can I download a playlist or something? What is this? Oof. You got to be careful, by the way, when you're doing I'm already signed up. Why is it telling me to sign up again? Let me do the sign up thing and then it'll tell me you're already signed up. It's okay. There we go. That's strange. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Interesting. I love how they always like say full exposure to the benefits. It's just gonna be marketing stuff. Like, that's what it is. Shoot. Can I just do a chill hop playlist? Chill hop. You know what? I don't care. This is that kind of live stream. So I'm just gonna play this. Oh my gosh, this is long. I love it. Great. Fade in nice and slow. Negative 15 is always good. Love how cropped I am. It's great. I've dropped 0 frames. I've been alive for 27 minutes. And now we finally start photo editing. Goodness gracious. That's a cool photograph. Although, I don't like how blurry this is when you zoom into it. So, it's got such cool basic texture. So we could take these underexposed photos and get that look out of them. None of these is the sharpest. None of them are very sharp. What if I combined them? Photo merge. So let me try this. This. Do HDR panorama. This is risky. There's parallax involved, and the parallax is gonna kill it. But if it comes up with a good result, let's see. It did not work at all. Well, wait a minute, it kind of did. Let's try like a different projections. I'm gonna bias it towards that first exposure. It looks correct. It just looks ridiculously distorted. Ah! What? It's a magic trick. That's so cool. I mean, it worked. Because, okay, here's why I did a boundary merge. Here's why I merged them. So the reason I merged them was because if I can get all the data from 4 points, essentially if it averages it out, it should give me a sharp image. Because this will be consistent, but the blur will be inconsistent. Theoretically. Not that blur. Not the bokeh, but the motion blur. To an extent. Because the motion blur is kind of random because your handshake is a little random. So we'll see how all this works. And they're also a little different perspectives. Cool. Let's see what this looks like. I kind of don't mind it. It looks a little squashed. Let's try to like No, it's not. Okay, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna crop it down to something standard. So what was the... Let's do 8x10, because this is pretty standard photograph size. That looks about right. We'll rotate a little bit. Let's average this out. I just felt like rotating. Yeah! Ah, it's cleaner! It worked! That's so cool! Is it sharper than all the others? Kinda. Oh, if not, it's got better color. Oh, I love that so much. That's so cool. Okay, and it already did some stuff to it. So I want to pull the exposure way up. See how like that brightness? And let's pull the vibrance. Let's see, what is vibrance? Vibrance is that. Saturation does that. I kind of like the saturation passive. Let's see, if you slam it, you can't slam it. Slamming's dumb. So let's get the whites down a little bit. Just 'cause, let's pull the highlights up. Really? Shadows and the blacks pull them up? Exposure. Yeah, because I want it to be pretty darn bright, but I want to pull the shadow. Let's pull the shadows down. Because I want the redness in the in that stick to stand out really nicely. Let's dial back a little bit on the on that. And then let's see, what does the temperature do? Ooh, that's a weird one. That's a weird look. Let's try to white it out, and then we'll make some slight changes. That looks about correct. That looks right. Yeah, that looks very unbiased. Okay, because we want an unbiased image. And then we can start coloring it up. I'm gonna, like, subtract 20 from that. Like, I'm like... 50 from that? Is it 100? Is it doing anything? No, it's not. I thought that you supported... Fine. Let's do 4,000. Yeah, it's nicer. It's a little bit of a blue bias. I want more stronger blues. Dark of a blue. The green's interesting. The green's interesting though. Let's try the cone curve. Shut this down because my computer is slowing down because it's trying to live stream. And use photo editing and keep Illustrator running. And do this, which I don't need to worry about right now. So let's stop. Stop. It's not responding. Right. Please tell me this is responding. We're good here. We're good here. We're good here. Even though I am freezing up. Is that coming across the live stream? I have no clue. I told you to stop. Close window. Bye-bye. Is it still running in the background? I don't see a badly designed tree. What is Riot Vanguard? I haven't played a Riot game in a while. So then mess with the curves. The curves. That's what you don't want, because you see how we're blowing it out. I mean, let's do this, and then we'll take the highlights up. Because see, this is what I'm worried about. It doesn't look bad, so maybe we'll let it live. What do we do if we pull this up, pull the blacks down? And the blacks doesn't do much at all. I want the shadows down just a little bit, because I want to get that snowy look. And I don't understand snow very well because I'm from Louisiana. I have seen snow 4 times in my life, maybe. Okay, 6 or 7 counting mountains from a distance. I am a flatlander from the south. All right, let's move on to the next image. We'll work on that one later. So these are some pretty cool ones. In fact, while we're at it, no. So these are interesting. I just want to find a cool thing. There's some really cool ones. This is the one I wanted to look at. That's a flippin' awesome image. Okay, so yeah, I might not share this. Look at how cool that is. I mean, this one was a little bit exclusive. I like this one. Okay, so let's edit this. Look at how cool. I don't want to do much. I love the blue in this as is. So 3600 to white balance is great. And if we jack it up, it's like, oh, it's too much blue. So leave it like that. So we're gonna pull the whites down just a tad to see what that does. And I want the shadows down too. Yeah. If we pull the blacks down, we might introduce a little bit too much extremity. So we gotta be careful with that. So we're gonna just pull them down until this, because I know there's some stuff that's blacking out, but it was blacking out at 0. So we don't seem to be doing too much by doing this. Cool. Highlights. Bright sky, dark sky. Bright sky, dark sky. Bright sky, dark sky. Kind of digging that darker sky because it's a little bit flatter and it lets us kind of really mess with some stuff, right? So let's see if we bump the vibrance just a tad. Bump. That's too much. Bump. That's just too much. Let's do +2. How did I do that before? Huh. Look at the texture, man. I want to bring this out. Nah. Let's do like +10 on texture. Does that do anything? Very subtly, I think. Yeah. I don't know. It seems to be okay. Clarity. Don't ever jack clarity up like that. I don't use clarity. I like my images having enough softness in them where they look natural. Let's look at the tone curve. Ooh, look at how that brings that blue out. Ooh, that's nice. We didn't actually have to jack up the intensity of the color gradient. See, one of the things about color is you just have to have your right color maps. Okay, let's see what this does. That's nice. That's nice. See, I like this being blue because look at how cool that liquidy texture on there is. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. That's so cool. Okay, so just a little bit of a tide change on there. Now for the color gradients aspect. I actually am going to reduce, so we're going to try this. So I'm going to go back on my statement about it being, you know, oh, let's just make it just a cold thing using the color temperature. I'm actually going to use the color grading this time, change my process a little bit. So let's whiten this thing up. Aha! Rec 709, baby. Rec 709. Unbiased. Okay, so let's try using the color grading. Because now it looks, so now you see what I've done is I've just minutely fixed a lot of the balancing in it to where from the raw image to this image, it's just more balanced. So now we're gonna stylize it. Okay, so I want the whites to be, so the midtone's gonna be blue over here. I can make it dark color. I can make it this color. I can make it this color. I can make it this color. I love this. Look at all these colors I can make it. So let's start with the shadows because I want to see what the shadows do. Okay, so that's the shadows. And there's the highlights. Okay, so we're going to start in the shadows because I want the shadows to be like a deep blue, right? Because if you look at the way that this affects the image, and it's very subtle, so I apologize if you're watching on a monitor that has trouble with this. So I don't want it to be purple, but we want it to be a deep blue, and I'm going to pull this. So this would be like exact. Let's extremify it. I like extremifying it, and then it lets me really see what I'm doing, and it also lets you see it, dear viewer. So then that's like the darkest blue we can get. Not exactly, but that's pretty darn close. Let me cut that down. And now, look at that. Before, after. We just boom, deep blue on the dark. So the mids, they kind of tint everything. So I want this to be a bit more of like that kind of a color. Because you see how it kind of makes that, it makes these ices look, it's a neighbor color, right? It's called an analogous color. Very, very slight. So let me actually make it. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. There we go. Alright, now let's do highlights. Highlights is going to be basically the sky. So, do we want to color the sky much? What about a purple? What about like a really subtle, like, not a purple, but like on the other end of this, right? And then we like, make it like just a little bit. Just a little bit. What does that do? Doesn't seem to do much. Sorry, my mouse is being sensitive. Might need to change my mouse sensitivity. On, off. It almost gives it like a fantasy quality because purple is fantasy in nature. You don't see purple very much in nature. It's a very rare color, especially in the sky. So let's like bias it a little more towards the blue. We can actually just drop the intensity, increase the intensity. Just cut that like just ever so slight. No, why? Every time I click it. Okay. Let's see what happens if I switch. That's the intensity of this guy. Because if we go down too much, it's like, oh, it's all black now. But if we go too much up. See, you know why I like that? Because, so you look here. This is the problem area. So you see here, we want to not lose too much detail. So I'm going to pull up. So you see that that's about where it's about the same. So, but if we start to pull it down, you might not see this on your monitor, but that's about the limit where you start to lose detail. Because you're still seeing stuff here, and now you've made it a more intense color. That's so cool. I'm just gonna bias this more towards the blue. Let's see, what does this do? What does that do? Let's see what this does to this texture. this texture. Like, I'm trying to draw your eye to that because it's kind of neat. Yeah, there we go. I think that's good. That's quite nice. Quite nice. What is blending? I don't know what blending is. I feel like blending is just bias. I feel like balance is also bias. I'm gonna leave those in the It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm liking it. Do I want to do any detail work? Do I really? Let's see how much it really does improve stuff. No sharpening. All the sharpening. Okay, so I like extremifying stuff and then like seeing how sharp can I really get it. Drop it like pretty dark far low. That's good. I don't like reducing noise. But I don't like. So, is that natural? Oh, let's make sure we keep a softness on everything, because that's one of the biggest problems when you use sharpening is when you screw up the. Whenever you give sharpness to this stuff, and then it just messes up your bow can fall off. This is really difficult areas like this. You see how we have this stuff that's out of focus, and then we have stuff that's in focus. Okay, it doesn't seem to be terribly messing with this, but the grain's a little bit more seeable, so let's actually do a little bit of noise reduction. Not always 100%. Let's do like, because when you do 100%, you notice how you start to lose detail. It kind of goes a little overboard. So let's do like. If I can see more detail here, then here I've lost data. So have I lost stuff that I don't want? Not stuff that. Let's make it 10. Let's put the detail. Let's put detail up. And detail down. And detail up. Detail down. Detail up. And detail down. Jacket. Jacket to 100%. Because I need to see what I'm doing. That makes it almost look like a painting. You see how it's kind of like meshing everything together? You don't want that. Unless it's your stylistically going for, right? Like, if you really want... Okay, nice. Let's do it. It's like a structure thing. Maybe contrast to 0. I like the softer though, so let's like keep it at like 8. Actually, what did I lose? Actually, that does help. Because there's a little bit of red noise here, but it's gone now. Alright, cool. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. I think it's also the color doing that. So that's good. Alright. That's good for this image, y'all. We just made the coolest thing. Look at that. It's pretty cool. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's dumb. That's a cool looking picture. Why is it not? Oh. I haven't used Lightroom in a while. Alright, yeah, that's a nice one. This one. I one's kind of neat because it's got that brick texture in the back. Let's keep looking around. That looks nice. We might do that. There's your basketball one. This is blue. Good grief. This was feels bad going on. Don't do that, people. This one's cool. Standard looking. That's that. Trying to look through some stuff. Okay, so I did this towards the end. I turned the lights on. Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, this is what I was going for. That's so cool. I did turn on briefly. They were LEDs, but they were still like, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, this is gonna be really awesome. I like this one a lot. Did I change my expectations? So this one I could really mess with. Like, so I gotta find one where this is the least intense. Which might be the last one. Yeah. Why? Because it helps a lot with dynamic contrast. All right. Because the flicker on and off, because like 60 hertz lighting. All right. It's gonna be fun. So this one I want like a deep green because there's a lot of green. So basically this is our back pergola, and it's got a lot of greenery on it. It's got like a lot of vines. I don't want to use the vines in the background. And I want these lights to be a deep orange, but I also want a lot of blue. So like the deep green into the deep blue. I want to maybe the turquoise even. So let's see what we can do. Acrobatics. Good. This is good color. Very good color. I like that. Vibrance up. It's a different algorithm. Not as fond of it. Sorry, saturation. Just trust me on that. Ah! That looks so bad. It's more technically correct, but it looks so bad. This is a dark image. Let it be dark. Okay. So, shadows. Pull whites down, highlights up to match. Now, you see this? That's what I want. That's actually probably going to be fine, because I'll work with this. So, we want to rec 709 then. So, let's rec 709. Because we can do that. Because if I bump the exposure up, everything gets really weird. So, we're going to leave it dark like this. Tone curve! Alright, let's see what we can do. Gonna be a very pastel image. I don't want it to be that, do I? Once again, this is gonna get nice and colorful. Just before and after, before and after, before and after. It's fine. Color grading time. I like this. This is gonna be nice one. So starting with the shadows. I want the shadows to be green. Cool. I know it's intense. Boom. Nice. Ooh, yes. Midtones. I almost really like that deep blue in that too. It contrasts really, really well. Ooh, that's so cool. Alright, the highlights can just obviously go down. Oh my gosh, look at that. Did you see that person or people live stream? That's so cool. Oh, it's so cool. I don't know why that's so cool. It's because it looks good. But wow, if we drop this. That's money. That's like $1 million of money. Oh my gosh. And let's see if we go back to vibrance and we bump it by 10. It's starting to encroach on a little unsightly. 25. Okay, 0. 25. 0. 25. 0. Oh, that's a cool photograph. Let's look at before and after photos. That's so cool. Do I want to do like a little bit of a vignette? What's a paint overlay? That locks it in, man. Bam. Wallpaper? Maybe. Look at that. Golly. That's such a cool photograph. I'm sorry. I'm proud of that. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, that's so cool. I don't think that's the only one that's like this, though. What if we applied that color grade to everything? Because they're all awesome photographs. Wait, did I get this far in searching my photographs? You want them on the downstroke of their light stuff because it's like the dynamic contrast helps them better. That's an awesome grade for these photographs. Okay, never mind. I love this. Let's drop the exposure. Yeah, you have to drop the exposure. It's a very dark color grade for very dark images, so that's probably all. This one might be closer. So good looking, I like it a lot. But at the same time, you have to, it was done on this particular photograph to look far better on this photograph than other photographs, which is one of the reasons that I color grade everything start to finish. Pretty much raw, and if I'm mass doing it, sometimes I'll just paste a bunch of LUTs, sorry, I'm speaking filmmaker. A bunch of grades. Yeah. Also, filmmaker, sorry. Edits. Photo edits. Oh, it's such a cool photograph. I'm going to export this one. If you want this photograph, let me know. Because, I don't know. It's a photograph. I'm checking the live stream, see how people are doing. I only have one monitor. I'm sorry. I don't have two. And Sleepy. Hi. Oh, he left. Okay, so I'm going to export this one. And then we're going to... So... Alright, so we gotta go find the folder. Come on. You can do it, Greg. Why did I name, like, my default name for everything if I decide to name it is Greg. It's kind of funny. But okay. I guess that's the thing now. I need to get a better camera. So the camera I shoot all these things on is this lovely thing. It's a Panasonic G7. And, you know, let me actually switch over to this guy. Am I really this low frame rate? If so, I'm so sorry, because it looks bad. Yeah, I'm starting to drop frames. Not good. So, this is my camera. It's a Panasonic G7. It's kind of nice. I've always liked this camera. It's very small. Right now it has 35mm. I don't know where the lens cap is. I'm sorry. Well, actually... So yeah, it's my camera. This is a 35mm prime. Never said that already. It's a 35mm prime. Very cheap. It's literally just a piece of glass. It's great. If you're a filmmaker, by the way, and you need something that this is rack focusing perfectly smoothly, this is a great camera for that. Or lens for that. It's $100. Optica, and it comes under a bunch of other brand names. Same lens. It's good. The problem is, look at how small that glass is. Super tiny glass. And that's definitely not good for any shooting. And also, if you're on a Micro Four Thirds camera, and you're like trying to shoot something that's... This is loud. Sorry. I'm going to leave it way lower. If you can barely hear it, you can barely hear it. But my gosh, that looked like it was outdoing my voice. I need to set my levels before I stream. Now it's at 35, negative 35, and I'm at like negative 20. Okay, that should be fine. Ooh, I hope I didn't screw that up super badly. I should be at this, honestly, negative 6. That's where you're supposed to be, but I don't stay close to my mic. Anyways, so yeah, you can use that. My other lens is this wonderful thing here. Just get back to the What all is in this bag? Good grief. This thing. It is a 14 to 42 millimeter. Good lens to have. It's basically an 18 to 35 mil. Sorry, 18 to 50 probably. Yeah, 18 to 70. I don't know what it is. Micro Four Thirds. Great lens to have. Kit lens. It's not the best. Once again, pull off the lens cap here. Very tiny, 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 tiny viewing hole. If you want to improve your low light performance, Mo Light is Mo better. I'm going to use this like ancient stop up thing to demonstrate this. It is almost completely destroyed, and so don't judge me for not having a lens cap this either. But this thing got years ago. It's a, I think it's like it like steps your lens up. It zooms it in. It's like 1.5 times, or something. And this, you notice how it's got this massive, comparatively speaking, massive lens. This is going to let in way more light, right? So this is very, very helpful if you want to stop up your game, your lens game. So find lenses with big heads, but they're kind of expensive. If you want a cheap one, Make is a company. Go look up Meike. They make some really awesome lenses that are pretty high end, and they're like really cheap. So that's a good thing. Not going to be the best. Sometimes they'll have, and they can even do rack focusing if you're a cinematographer, which is kind of what I'm looking for as well. But they're very good lenses, good stuff to have. But you need something small that works. This is not a bad setup, especially for photography. For video, if you're doing video with this setup, you have to have a tripod or some kind of rig. A tripod or a 3-axis gimbal is really all I can tell you for that. So other than that, I'm at 35 frames per second. That's a terrible frame rate. My gosh, something's going on with our internet. That's not good. I would say it's decidedly ungood. I look like my mustache is so incredibly thin. It is. I have a thin mustache and thin beard. But it looks very thin in this video, more so than in real life. Still very thin. I'm not trying to tell people, I have a thick mustache. I don't. Let's see. Thin beard boys unite. Photography. Ice Storm, and then we'll do processed. So usually the way I do it is I'll do a photo, like some kind of shoot session or something, and then I have raw and all caps and then processed. Why all caps? Lets me know I'm in an edit folder. Right? It'll only be inside of an edit folder. Like, okay, I have a video, everything's in all caps. Only reason I do that is because a couple of other creators do it, and I think that's a pretty cool system. So I export this one. And why is it freezing? What if I get up Minecraft? That could help. I wonder what's eating up all my CPU time. Performance. Lightroom's eating all my memory up, which is okay. 99%. What is eating my CPU up? Probably live streaming, right? No. OneDrive? End task. Did that help? It helped! Wow, okay. That's cool. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was at 35 FPS and now I'm good. I hate that. I hate that so much. Background process is screwing with things. It's so stupid. It's very stupid. Stupider than unstupid. Now it's working. Wasn't my internet. Thought not. Well, I said maybe it's my internet. Alright. Did I export this? I did. I edited. What was the other one that I thought was cool? I need to add some more of these. These are not all bad. These are all just, I just skipped over a bunch because I was like, oh, I want to do this one. Oh, these are so cool. I wonder if I made the papers. What are the wallpaper versions of this? So aspect 1920 by 1080. Yeah, I can do that. Let's do short edge. Ah, no. 1080. Export. Use unique names. Then we'll uncrop. Alright, that's cool. And if we go to here, there's no vertical photographs. I'm a little ashamed of myself for not doing that. This is almost like uncroppable, but if you did like a vertical. 9 by 16. Enter custom. 16. 9. But I did 9 by 16. 9 by 16. Does it not allow portraiture? I mean, it does, clearly, because you can do this. Sorry. You can do this all you want. But 9 by 16, which you'd have to have or not. Cool. That's so weird. Is that really a good... What's the original height of this photograph? Yeah, you'd almost have to do it like... Oh, no, 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 no. That's a... What do y'all think? That looks kind of interesting. That was an accident. I'm gonna dig it. I'm just gonna let it. How tall is it? Okay. Photography. We'll do processed. Sorry, wrong one. Ice Storm. That's interesting looking. What is the file info? 1772 by 3150. So no, you could downscale that to 1080. So that would be a downscale 1080 by 1920. So you could put that on the phone. But at the same time, so here's something else. I would probably recommend, however, that you either do your native resolution or like a super high resolution. Because if you're downscaling the image, it's going to be sharper. So sure, you do one-on-one, but if you could have a 1080p wallpaper or a 4K wallpaper, even if your screen is 1080p, do a 4K wallpaper because you'll be downscaling it on the wallpaper. Doesn't slow your computer down, doesn't hurt anything. It's just better. Do better for yourself and make yourself a better wallpaper, because then you have a sharper wallpaper and you're downscaling that wallpaper bicubically, which is better and sharper than just one-on-one. So there you go. A little tip to make your wallpapers just that much more pleasing to the eye. So, yeah, I think we're ready for the next set. So we'll import photos and video. And we'll do the next set. I know I said at the beginning of the stream that it bothers me to have like both ear cups out, and it's starting to bother me again. I don't care that you can see my ear. I don't care at all. I'm just gonna have one ear in. Oh man. Okay, so now we go back to photography. And we go to Washington, summer of 2021. And we import everything. Everything. Family photos, non-family photos, everything. I think that was a successful thing. Went to the Hoh Rainforest. And we also did some kayaking. It was quite a nice trip. Some of the most recent photos that I've taken. Actually, this is the last photo shoot that I did. Look, it's my other fellow humans. They're Homo sapiens, and they're related to me. Alright, I'm just gonna find a good picture. Alright, so let's go all the way down to I'll edit the family photos later. Or just leave them raw or put on them because I'm lazy. Oh, man. Ooh, this one was interesting. This is my mom, my sister, in the woods. In the woods there. What's this? There was a deer, and it was like right there. Look at that deer. It was such an interesting photograph. Did I get? Oh, I should have shot through stuff. He was right there. This is like Hall of Moss. And these trees are massive. Like, you can see up there in the little thumbnail. It's massive. Look at that. That's colossal. I mean, my thumb was in the image. No! Oh, that was so horrible. It's heinous. That's not a great photograph, actually. It looks a little bland. I can probably make it unbland, but... Ooh. The problem with shooting in the woods is the fact that if you shoot wide, there's so much stuff in the image, but you can make it better. That's fuller. That's a better image. I like this. So let's pull the highlights down for starters, because the highlights are kind of giving me a headache. Yeah. I am from Louisiana, so I understand green. Although the Hoh Rainforest is one of the few parts of the country that gets more rain than South Louisiana does, which is kind of crazy. All right, so the shadows. Although maybe I could pull the exposure down a little bit. Nope. Exposure was fine. Yeah, I got the white balance pretty much spot on right there. Let's see if I can do anything with the tone curve. Ooh, that looks dumb. Sometimes, by the way, you can't help an image. We'll bump it a little bit. Because it looks good. Maybe that's what I used to drop the... There's just so much going on. Like the leaves, that's the problem. There's so much going on. That's what I don't like about photographing in the woods. It's just too much. Like all these leaves, that's like noise. That is tons of noise. It's still importing. Or it's doing previews. That's why it's slow. Yeah, I'm not going to do that one. That's just got too much leaves in it. But then you have high contrast stuff like this, where you have higher order stuff. This is what you want. Because you want simple lines. That one has a simple line, but there's a lot of noise. This one might still be a little off. But see, because the leaves are in shadow, then there's less dynamic contrast to worry about. I should have gone like a straight up photograph. Maybe I did. That was almost straight up. I went like directly straight up. Oh, this one's got a bad lens flare. That's nasty. Ugh. Oh, it's terrible. I think I fixed it. I dropped my exposure a ton. Yeah, that was very bad. I think I eventually learned I had to cut my hands like to make a little like matte box lens hood thing. Kind of worked, but I don't think I had it right. I had some cool pictures. My cool pictures. What is this? I was underexposed. It was this image. A lot of these. Ooh, this has some nice texture to it. Ooh, that one does too. That one does too. These have some good material we can work with. We got some good stuff. Cool. We got some good stuff. Oh, I really like this one. Just like pops. Like it's just boom there. It's the problem is color, right? So you know what I mean? I want the greens to be smack dab in the middle there, but I also want to pull these. It's already got a lot of blacks gone, right? So we don't touch the blacks. Whenever we pull the blacks up, can we pull more detail out of the image? I kind of want to keep those in the shadows. What are the whites doing? We can leave you that way. Tone curve? Tone curve. We'll bump it up a little bit. Do that. That's a little better. Ooh. See, stylistically, that's really cool. That's really interesting stylistically. But the blue kind of messes with that. Monochromacy. Alright. Okay, that's okay. Color grading. It's just really viewed to be green, although you're not. Yeah, you're more of a. The greens in this forest are just a bit more of like that kind of green. That's the green that we were seeing. And I want them to be a bit more in. Bro. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, look at that blue. That's a blue. There you go. That's style. I do want it to be a little more on the. Nice, that's so good. Highlights. Anything in the highlights we can do? Almost makes them look neon. Pull it down, pull it up. Okay, flip me. That's like a punch in the face kind of green. I don't know if we want that much green, so let's pull that back. I'm a pull backer. Because you're gonna like it at first if you go and punch someone in the face with a color, but it doesn't work every time, right? You gotta be, you know, look at that. That's a pretty dope color grade. Flip me, that was awesome. I enjoyed that. Oh my gosh. That was one of those kind of images that you see and you're like, it'll probably be okay. And then you actually create it and you're like, whoa. So cool. So cool. Look at that before and after. I love this image. That's so cool. Okay, let's I'm gonna export this one. We're gonna export when we're done grading because I wanna actually get this right. Washington. Processed. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, it's so cool. I'm getting re-addicted to color grading. This is a good addiction. I love this. Are you concerned that my entire life seems to be, or my entire, I'm sorry, for people that know me, you don't know me. A lot of people don't know me. But I'm addicted to coffee. I'm addicted to, like, filmmaking. I'm addicted to this now, again. I'm addicted to tech stuff. And a little bit of tech, to be honest. I'm addicted to car stuff. Like, I'm an addict. I'm a life addict, I guess. That's like interesting. Ooh, that'd be a good shirt. Just life addict. If you're into like graphic tees. I don't wear graphic tees very much, but that's a good graphic tee. I like that. Texture, dude. Oh, that's texture, man. Although it's got a little bit of like. Oh! This was a panorama. Oh, this is a panorama. I just want to see if this looks cool. Because I did a few panoramas. I was very careful to get these right. Better get them right. This perspective to me is best. Because perspective is like cameras in one position and just doing this. Spherical is this. So that might account for some camera movement. And cylindrical is like this, like a cylinder, right? So it projects all the images on a cylinder, which will stretch towards the top and the bottom, but this one's vertical. That's distorted, so let's see if spherical helps. Does kind of look interesting, though. When you're photographing large trees, you do have to sometimes panorama it. Building preview. This preview is being built. I might straighten the image too because it looks a little bit wonky. We will see. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Moich. It's added to tasks. While it's doing that, some boring close-up pictures. I love macros, by the way. I said it was boring and then I said it was great. Ooh. That was gonna be good. From far away, it always looks really cool, and then it's like, oh, it's kind of gray and boring. It's the colors we're missing. That's what we're missing. Oh, mosses. It's the Hall of Mosses, by the way. Great little hike. It's super short. 2 kilometers. A little over a mile. It's like 2.5 kilometers. Open the bottom panel back up. There we go. Yes, little guardrails. This is another one I did a panorama of. It was I did. Oh, out of focus? Are you serious? That was a waste of photography. Oh gosh. That might have been. That was bad. That was all out of focus. No. That's funny. Weird photograph. As you can see, it's a marginally out of focus. Why did I not pull my focus? Pull your focus, guys. Pull your focus. One of the things about it's this lens. Pull your focus, people. Always pull your focus. Another extremely old tree that's really badly photographed. Okay, so this is something cool about the rainforest. That was a log. Let me see if I can find a better picture because I took some good pictures of it. Okay, so this is another cool thing. So you notice this was like green, and literally like 1.5 meters next to it, there was this deep blue from the sky on a tree. So it was like intense green light from the forest leaves and then an intense blue light next to it, and it looked unreal. Lighting people in nature. It's really cool. I thought, where's my spider pictures? Oh, my spider pictures were some of my favorites that I thought, ooh, macro. That's gonna be a fun one to edit. My spider pictures. Which you could have taken anywhere, but unless it was a unique species, which very well may have been. I'm digging this. Well, let me see. It's very hard. You see there's even a little bit of softness on him, and I still got very close to having him in focus. Might be there. That's about as close as I think I'll get. Yeah. Photographs of animals. Aminals. What was that? Oh. There's my sister. This is one of those photos I was like, that's like one of those things you'd put in like one of those streetwear magazines. So if you pull the highlights down, and then you pull the shadows up. Pull the whites down. You'd have to get better. Saturation up. Less green. And then, yeah. You gotta fix the skin tones, which is what we do. Yeah, you gotta make it get her skin tones up. There you go. And try to drop the whites a bit more. Maybe even drop the highlights more. There we go. You gotta try to keep control of that stuff in the sun, and then you do midtones, go crazy. What the flip? It looks neon. Actually, I want to get her skin tone. So maybe orange a little bit. She was actually kind of tired at this point. I'm making. Let me do like that. Oh yeah, there you go. Let me do the highlights. Let me do that's just like I like that a lot. There you go. It's very dirty. Does that help at all? Oh, it kind of does. There you go. Alright. Actually, I wonder what happens if we bump this up. No. Oh, that actually fixed it. Oh, there you go. Even though it kind of like blacks everything out on the bottom, but whatever. She looks fine. She looks bored. She looks fine. Oh, yeah. There you go. Oh, man. Okay. Bro! Flowers! That's awesome. These were kind of unique because we don't see. I didn't recognize them as being flowers that grew in Louisiana. I mean, it's across the country. Well, I say that. Ecologies. That was it. Wow. The light in the middle of the photograph. This is a cool light opportunity. Let me like mess with you. What the flip? Exposure much? All right. Let me see if we drop the exposure. Ooh. Oh, that's good. That's so good. Okay, so we do like shadows. Shadows, highlights. I want to accentuate just a little bit. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Like the light, I didn't notice this when I took the photograph, but what? That's so cool. Actually, I do want to pull that down because if I keep it too high, it's too intense. So you want to keep it unintense. Just kind of let chill, because the effect is still there. We can let it sit up there. Okay. And then we do what I want. Is there detail in these flowers? Not really. There's enough. Let's pull these back up then. Yeah. Okay. That does what I want. Nice. That's just really pretty. And then color grade it. It looks neon. Doesn't look like a very natural grain. I'm actually not gonna do much. Just a little bit. That's nothing. Just a little bit. The highlights. I almost want it to be like an orange color because that's like the color of the sun, right? Well, the sun's white, but it biases a little bit orange because of the blue scattering of light due to the atmosphere. Although it's basically white during the day. There's like no real difference there. I like the yellow tint that it gives, but I like that blue too. I can make the whites kind of a sun yellow when it goes into the... Yeah, there you go. Off, on, off, on,